The request of 42 person were on you. I never want try lose you, try them not on me. Well.
Hello friends, the entire Catholic community has been expectant on the election of a new pope, and the cardinals have gone into their conclave to do that. So yesterday what happened was that the news broke that the cardinals failed to elect a new pope, and what that meant was that black smoke came from the chimney. So when they fail, it's black smoke. When they succeed, it's white smoke. So this has been ingrained in the minds of the world that black is failure. And I think this is bad. The Catholic Church must rise up to this immediately. We've been denigrated, we've been vilified, we've done everything as black people. So this means that Africa is the black sheep of the world and is a black male. Catholic community, this is blue. Let blue smoke mean that a new pope has not been elected, and let white smoke mean he's been elected. Remove the black. It's not good for us. Thank you.
People feel that it's time for an African pope. Africa has suffered for too long. It is the cradle of humanity. The motherland has bled in silence for centuries. Its people taken, its riches stolen, its soul ignored. What if the next heartbeat of the church came from her? What if the next pope wasn't born behind marble gates, but under the sun-soaked skies of Ghanaian, a son of the soil, man who carries in his voice the thunder of his ancestors, and in his eyes the pain of generations? Robert Serra, he has walked the path of poverty. He has spoken truth when silence was safer. He carries within him the cry of a people that have endured too much. What if this time the man who leads us wore the wounds of the world on his skin? Robert Serra is a symbol that God doesn't forget, that the church at last may lift up a voice from the place it too often tried to silence. Imagine a black pope, not for token, not for a trend, but because the truth is undeniable. Africa is not the periphery, it's the beginning. Let the world remember what it owes. Let the faithful see themselves in the robes of Peter. Let Robert Serra lead, not because he's black, but because he's ready, because Africa is ready, because we're ready.
So out of the 266 popes, not a single black man has ever been won. And you find that normal? How is that normal? It is not like we do not have Catholicism in Africa. We do have it. It's everywhere. We have it in full swing. Not to talk about the money we have poured into the Roman Church for centuries, that to dirt they still collect money from us. But you haven't had a single representative as a pope. Why? Because shit is not yours. It is for them. It wasn't created for you. It is for them to control you. Can you wake up? And oh, by the way, before you insult me for religion, make sure it did not come sailing on a boat with enslavers. I beg.
Yes, the world has a new pope. And no, he's not African. He's not African. And the way Africans had prayed and hoped that he would be African, because Africans have overrepresented in the world of prayer. No, it wasn't African, it was an American. And what they said was, this Pope, his name is Pope Francis, apparently he's a moderate. Notice that? He's a moderate. So he's a moderate because they wanted somebody who is a moderate. So Africans clearly were not considered to be moderate. Listen, good for him, but they really thought this time that it would be African. Maybe next time, guys, maybe next time. Just keep, praying and hoping that, keep praying, Keep praying.
First of all, a new pope has been elected. His name is Pope Leo, the first American to be the head of the Catholic Church. Congratulations to Pope Leo. Now, the thing is, he was not even among the top 5 favorites. Yes, it was the man from the Philippines, the Ghanaian, the Gambian man, Cardinal Arinze. So they were the favorite. So a lot of people were shocked when he was announced as the Pope. But I am not shocked. You understand? Some days ago, I said in one of my videos that there's no way a black man will be elected to head the Catholic Church. It is virtually impossible. It will not happen. Now, a subliminal message was sent by Trump regarding the next Pope. When Trump posted this, a lot of people just take it like a normal something. But Trump was actually sending a subliminal message. Yes, probably he knew who the Pope would be and he posted this. But everyone just saw it as a social media something. So this picture was deep. It was a subliminal message. And today it has been confirmed that an American, Pope Leo, is the new head of the Catholic Church. Every time the blacks will be among the favorites. Every time they'll be the frontliners. But most often than not, they will not be elected.
When we come about Africa, our fundamental problems start from when the Kasongos travel to our country uninvited and they do everything they want to do. So it's like we are the foundation of their wealth, and it's obviously about the slave trade, which we don't want to even talk about it at a certain time. But now Papa Francesco is gone, and I see a lot of African people saying the black man will come and become Pope and we have peace in the world. It's like you people don't understand that. I don't think a black man can ever be a Pope and be in control and be in charge of the church, of the world. You don't understand. You know, if you go back and look a little bit of history, you will see that the church has done a lot to us. And a black man cannot be, they cannot allow, I don't think black man can control Vatican. So before I start speaking, I want to know the brain of my people. I want to know how they are ready for this kind of discussion. Do you people know Vatican? What is Vatican? What is the job of Vatican in the beginning of life and now? And Pope, who are the Pope and what are their contribution in the world? And what is their connection to us as Africa? They lie to us. Everything they told us is unfinished story. They never give us full details. That is why I think they are going to be afraid to allow a black man to be in charge of the church. I see a lot of Pope. Some come from Guinea, some come from Ghana, and they are inside the nomination. People want them to be, but well, let us just forget about it. I don't think we can ever be Pope. And if we are Pope, if any black man enter as a Pope, it's going to be the black man they recreate by themselves. Black man who is going to do what they want. Do you know what is inside Vatican? Allegedly, do you know that Vatican are the one writing Quran and Bible? Hey, you see, I love when we are so happy we don't want to go further and touch some people's mental health. Because for me, I want you to be happy. Happiness is my joy. That is why sometimes I don't want to talk about religion, because I know a lot of people are so attached, they are so connected to religion. If you don't know, go and do your findings. The power of Vatican in religion when it comes to Christian and Muslim. You will never believe you are always going to argue. Let me bust your brocos. Do you know the story of the Adam and Eve eating apple? It's not correct. If I tell you Adam and Eve, according to the story I hear, according to the information they gave me, they did not eat apple. Apple is not the sin they committed in the Garden of Eden, and then God sent them out of the world.
So now that there is a new Pope who is an American, and America has a great influence in the Western world and even on the African countries, and Trump is a great Christian, and so bear in mind that whatever that would happen, any decision that will be made by the Pope, some influence will come from there. Now, the tribulation that is coming, I told you number 9 is the endings. It is not a demonic tribulation. Now, the tribulation which is happening, this is when things will be imposed on the Africans, and now they are being awakened, and of course, it is the Africans that are actually getting awakened. Now, there will be things imposed on the Christian kingdom where people are going to accept, and some that are actually awakened are not going to accept. That is when the suffering happens. All right. Now it has already started in the economy, and it would also hit the Christian kingdom. And whom is it going to affect? It is going to affect people that have realized that whatever path it is that they were taking, they were lied to, that they need to be awakened. They are those that are going to suffer, and that is the tribulation. And so you see, now we are trying to stand our game, even in the economy as Africans. It is not just the economy. It will get to a point where the Christendom, there will be some things in some years to come, there will be some rules that must be followed by all, that people that are awakened are not ready to follow. And that would bring some restrictions on those countries or on those people. So are you ready to accept their policies or not as a Christian kingdom? Are you ready to accept? If not, these are the restrictions. Of course, we've seen some already. Okay, if you're not going to let us own some of your resources, this is what is going to happen to you. And now that we have a Pope who is an American who is having a great influence on the Africans that we are fighting against, a strong influence is going to come from there and will affect the Africans who are awakened drastically. It doesn't mean that Christ is coming. It doesn't mean that there's going to be rapture anywhere. I'm telling you.
Finally, it's starting to heat up and really feel like LA. But y'all, we might actually have a Creole Pope. I'm not joking. And MAGA is really mad. So let's break this down real quick. So, okay, the new Pope, Pope Leo XIV, is the first American to ever lead the Catholic Church. Cool, right? But here's where it gets wild. So it turns out his mama's side traces back to New Orleans, specifically the 7th Ward. And if you know, you know. Creole stronghold, Black, French, Spanish, Native, all of it. A local historian did some digging and found out that the Pope's grandparents got married at Our Lady of Sacred Heart in 1887. And in the 1900 census, they were listed as Black. His granddaddy was a cigar maker from either Haiti or New Orleans. Now listen, the whole family moved to Chicago around 1910, and like a lot of Louisiana folks, probably recoded their racial identity, which means America's first Pope might actually be a Black Creole man who made it to the Vatican. And to make it even more poetic, he's been openly critical of Trump, which explains why MAGA is so mad right now, because the math just ain't mathing for them. So, are we just going to pretend like this ain't one of the biggest and blackest plot twists ever in religious history? What do y'all think? Pope Leo XIV, Creole cousin or nah?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your new Pope, Robert Francis Prevost. He is an American and he has been chosen by the conclave to be your next Pope. It is said that he is the first American Pope in history. He will be known as Pope Leo XIV. And as for us Africans that are hoping to see a black man becoming the new Pope, sorry for the disappointment. We'll try again next time. Not because our eyes never off.
Who is a new American Virgo male pope that hails from Chicago? Let's talk about everything from his views on gay marriage to his alleged role in covering up sexual assault. The new pope, whose name was Cardinal Prevost, was born in Chicago in 1955 and lived for decades as a missionary and bishop in Peru. He climbed the ranks quietly and was tapped by Pope Francis in 2023 to run the Vatican office that picks bishops. But back in his former area of work, 3 young girls accused priests of sexual abuse in 2022, and the case moved slowly until recently when it broke that the victims were paid $150,000 to keep quiet. When it comes to hot button issues like gay marriage and women priests, he backed Pope Francis's softer approach to LGBTQ Catholics, including allowing priests to bless same-sex couples, but stopped short of embracing same-sex marriage. On the question of women becoming priests or even one day a pope, he has stayed silent, signaling that he's not likely to push for big changes anytime soon. On immigration, he regularly disagrees with the Trump administration's treatment of migrants. So for the first time, the world has an American pope. How he will do, we will just have to wait and see.
The new pope is part Black American, yes. His mother, Mildred Prevost, was born to Joseph M. Martinez. It says he was born in Haiti, so I had to dig deeper. Before I reveal how he was born in Haiti, here is the census record where he's listed as Negro or Black in 1920. This is the Pope's great-grandfather, Jack Theodore Martinez. Some people are saying his middle name was Theodore, but as you can see, he's listed as mulatto, and it says Taylor. There's Norval, Joseph Norval Martinez right there. That's the Pope's grandfather. But what they meant to write was sailor. He was a sailor, and that's why he was in Haiti. Port of departure, Haiti, on the ship Billy Butt. Here's all the passengers coming from Haiti on the ship Billy Butt. I did pull some records of a Jack Martinez owning slaves. You see one mulatto slave listed there, but I have to dig deeper on this one. Apparently, the family has some Ramos connection as well, and they were also mulattoes. So what we do know for sure is that this new pope is partially Black American Creole with a grandfather who was born in Haiti because his father was a sailor.
I hope he will lead the Catholic faithful to a better and a more fruitful journey. That said, I don't know, see church politics itself, they very, very heavy like this. Because they first of all went and there was no white smoke and a black smoke come out. Despite millions of people standing aside expecting the announcement of a new pope immediately. But it didn't go that way. I think they did second ballots, I don't know, before they finally elected this particular new pope. So congratulations to the all Catholic faithful. Congratulations to everybody who believe in popeship. May his reign be blessed, and may his reign bring peace to the world.
This is not the new pope. This is not the new ordained pope. This man here na he replace the past pope, which is the pope wey kpai comot. Na this particular one wey dey here na he come replace am. I know say some Africans be dey expect black pope, but unfortunately he come say na this particular man na he be the present pope. Congratulations and felicitations. The reason why I make this video na him just be this one. Before this man, before they ordain her as the pope, this man here, Leo, don first visit Nigeria. He don first go fellowship with Catholics for Nigeria before. You know they understand? You know they see the picture here? This man here, na he be the latest pope, na he be the new ordained pope. I say he don first visit Africa before, he don first go Nigeria before. They say the man na from America. Now he be the first American man wey don ever become pope for history, and we be the expect pope to come from Africa.